1, 2, 3, 4. Talking to the Songbird yesterday, flew me to a place not far away. She's a little pilot in my mind, singing songs of love to pass the time. Gonna write a song so she can see, give her all the love she gives to me. Talk of better days that are yet to come. Never felt this love from anyone. She's not anyone. She's not anyone. She's not anyone. A man can never dream these kind of things, especially when she came and spread her wings, whispering in my ear the things I like. Then she flew away into the night. Gonna write a song so she can see, give her all the love she gives to me. Talk of better days that are yet to come. Never felt this love from anyone. She's not anyone. She's not anyone. She's not anyone. Thank you very much.
Good to see you, Liam. You're very welcome. Good performance. Great song.
It's not bad, man. It starts and then it's over, doesn't it?
And it's done in, yeah, it's only
Very
just
quick.
over 2.5 minutes. But first song that you've written, first single that you've written for the band, even though you've been together 11 years.
Yeah.
Must feel good to you.
Well, I thought I might as well try that, have a go at it, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's all right. I'm more of a singer, though, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sort of like starting to write songs just for me more than anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel a bit embarrassed sort of when people go, you're a songwriter.
Yeah. What about that
that.
song? What's the inspiration for that?
Well, my girlfriend, when I started seeing Nicole, I just started writing the songs, you know. And it's about my girlfriend.
When you write something that's deeply personal like that, and then you have to go out there and sing it in front of all those people, does the song just take on a different life? Doesn't have the same kind of...
No, because as long as you're not telling lies, you know what I mean, it's all right.
It's okay.
Yeah, when you're honest about it and you mean it, then I'll play it to anyone.
There's another song on the album that you wrote, A Better Man.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, is that sort of, I'm no longer the wild man?
Well, I'm not ill anymore anyway.
You're not ill?
No.
How ill were you?
I'm just joking.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering where the illness lay, you know?
I'm sort of like pretty much the same guy as I was all the time, you know.
So what's A Better Man all about?
I don't know. Nothing really. Just nothing.
Your background is Irish, of course, and your mum came from Charlestown in County Mayo, a big family. So hello to everyone in Charlestown, a place I know very well myself. How much of an influence was she? I mean, your attitude, your confidence, does that all come from your ma?
I don't know, but she'll kill me for this. I don't think so, no. She reckons I come from my dad and that, you know what I mean? But she's got a good heart and she means well.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I reckon I do. But I don't think she'll be, you know, scrapping all the time. I think she reckons I get that from my dad.
Yeah, and what about the scrapping? You know, like most mothers, they look at their children and maybe the scraps happen quietly somewhere, but your scraps are always on the front pages.
Yeah.
What does she say? Oh, Liam, not again.
Yeah, well...
Go on. I mean, does she make that call?
Well,
does she lift the phone
I'd rather
and say...
be on the front pages than, like, page 18.
Yeah. Well, that's true. But so, does she lift the phone?
No, she doesn't like it, but, you know, that's the way it is, you know.
Yeah, she actually will tell you, will she?
She gets embarrassed by it, doesn't she? It's on a tinker.
But you know that business of... you say it's better than to be on page 1 than on page 18. I mean, you know, when you give the press a hard time, you know,
no,
people...
and I think they give me an hard time, I tell you, but I'm not here to moan about it. They give me an hard time.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
I just go about my business, you know what I mean? And then they sort of, like, seem to just be right there all the time, which is fine, you know what I mean? But I thought long lenses are meant to be you know, stuck over there. Why have a long lens when you're going to poke it in your face, you know?
Yeah, so you actually let them know?
Yeah, I don't think they should be taking pictures of my kid, personally.
Well, that's not on, no.
Yeah, they can take pictures of me and they can slag me off. And they can say the music's no good and stuff like that, but my kid's got nothing to do with my thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I thought there was a kind of a pact that the press had, that they didn't intrude into people's lives when it came to their kids.
No, I think they do. No, I think they do, and they have done.
But you know, when you give them, the guys with the lenses in your nose, a hard time, you might give them 2 fingers, you might give them a whole fistful of fingers. Do you see that as part of the bargain? You know, that you're on the front page.
I don't plan to do that. It's just something, you know, it just happens. You know, I prefer to get on with my business and, you know, go to bed and not be fighting and arguing with people. But you know, some of them take liberties.
Yeah, and you're not one to allow people to take liberties with you.
No.
Now, you said this attitude comes down from your dad. Were you always like that? Were you always kind of edgy? If someone in the schoolyard gave you a hard time?
No, I never stuck up for myself, but I'm not edgy. You've got to stand up for yourself, haven't you? Or people walk all over you.
Yeah, where does that come from? I mean, did you feel hard done by growing up?
No, not really.
See, I was thinking about, you know, your family. Your kids are born into a very different situation to the one you're born in. It's going to be very different for them. Like, how are you going to handle that? They can have anything they want, I presume.
No, they can't.
Well, if you were prepared to give it to them. But you could afford to give it to them. That's really the point.
I don't really think about it, you know. I just take each day as it comes, you know. I don't think about what's going to be like in 10 years' time with the kids, you know what I mean? I just try and have a good day every day with them. Yeah. You know, I don't plan too much, you know. We'll deal with that when it gets to that time.
Yeah. And what do you see in them of you?
The looks, they're very good looking.
What about attitude? I mean, you know, you're a swagger. You have a great...
Yeah, they've got that, yeah.
They've got the attitude.
Yeah, but they fall over after a couple of walks. You know,
but that's the way they walk.
Yeah, I need a couple of drinks in me to be falling over.
Yeah, they take the milk and the other stuff.
No, they're good kids, I love them.
Yeah. What about Noel? He's not here tonight, people will have noticed. Why?
I think we're better off without him, man.
Well, the sound was pretty good, I have to say.
Yeah, you know, I think he just wants me to go and do it because it's this song's mine. I think he just, you know, taking a back seat, yeah. And plus he's lazy, and he's probably got an hangover from last night.
Yeah. How are the Brits?
I didn't go with it.
You didn't go?
No, we had a little party for like the end of the tour, so we just went there instead.
Yeah. Because you've been there before.
The Brits?
Yeah. What do you think of them? I mean, that kind of award ceremony.
I don't mind it. You know what I mean? I think everyone's always patting each other on the back. You know what I mean? A bit too much. There's more important things going on, but it's all right. People moan about it. They go on about saying it's going to be so great, and then they moan about it the next day. It's all right, it is what it is. It's nothing special.
I know that there was a time when you would actually say, and perhaps you still say it, we are the best rock and roll band in the world. Yeah. That's how you see it still, I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the confidence to do it. Is there anyone around?
We're not the biggest, but I think we're the best.
All right, fair enough.
And I think we mean it more than anyone else.
Okay. Is there anyone around currently that you admire in the music business?
I admire lots of people, but you know, I just don't think any of them are pretty good. You know what I mean?
Okay, but there's no one...
I admire them, I just don't think... It's not my cup of tea, I'm not, you know, I just really... I'm into what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, and fair play to a lot of, you know, lots of bands and stuff, but... I don't know, I'm really into rock and roll, and I don't think a lot of these people are.
What are they into?
I don't think they're just doing it for the good career move, you know. I'd say I'm passionate about rock and roll.
And you've never denied that the huge influence that the Beatles have had on you, and you'd like to maintain that feeling about your music.
Yeah, I love the Beatles, you know, what can I say? I'm not going to hide it, I love them. They make me happy, they make me, you know. And I think they're the best and still are. And I think to learn, if you're going to be as good, you've got to learn from the best, and they're the best.
Yeah, it's Lennon rather than McCartney, though. That I mean, it's his edge, if you like.
Well, it's his voice. I like his voice. He's got a good voice.
Yeah, and the attack that's in his voice.
Yeah, and there's a bit of pain in there. You know what I mean? You know the guy's done a day's work, as they say.
Yeah. What about all these programs? I'm sure you've seen some of them. Maybe you didn't watch them for long, but Pop Rivals and Pop Idols, and you know, you get people who are in obscurity, and 3 months later they're on top of the pops. Do you think that's fair enough, or do you think it's?
Well, we put them there, don't we? So it's not us, really, isn't it? I fair play to him, man, you know what I mean? I'd do it. If I was working in B&Q and someone come and said, right, do you want to be on this TV programme and you're going to have it and you're going to live in £1 million house,
and you're going to be #1 for the week, I'd do it.
So this business of, you know, the music, you've got to serve your time, you've got to play in the garage for 10
it's
years.
the people who make these programmes are the ones I've got a problem with. They put all this money into these programmes when they should be putting it into hard-working bands, I say.
Yeah, but for the people...
That actually good.
Yeah. But for the people who are lucky enough to be picked, so
I ain't got a problem with them.
I wondered, what did you do before you became full-time as a musician? Did you ever have a job?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I built fences.
So if someone had come to you as you were building fences and say, we'll put you on this show for...
Oh yeah, I'd have been there, yeah. So
you'd have been there?
I'd have done anything.
Yeah. How tough was it to get the break?
So, it was kind of easy, actually.
Overnight? Well, not
overnight. We'd done like 4 gigs and then we went to Glasgow. And some geezer was in there and he just said, look, do you want a record deal? And we went, yeah, why not? And we went, you know, it just happened that night, you know. We'd have carried on doing our thing and we'd still be there doing it, you know. Someone asked us, do we want a record deal? And we went, yeah. And
simple as that?
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And then we signed and that was it. And then
Yeah. How much of that do you think is to do with, besides your man being there that night?
To do with fate. I believe in fate, you know, you're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
But it's all to do with how good you are now.
Yeah, it's also
and how much you want to work at it.
It's also the stuff you were doing at the time was right for the moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Because you can be doing stuff and be before your time.
We were working hard, we were up and down the country, you know. Lots of gigs.
In the stuff in the back of the van, up and down the road.
Yeah.
But it pays off because you know, by the time you actually came to perform in big arenas, you know, your stage performance, you are a performer more than anything else.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah.
I don't do anything. All I do is stand there.
Yeah, it's your attitude.
Well, I can't dance, so I don't.
No,
and people go on about you so charismatic. Well, I don't do anything.
Don't tell them.
I sing my songs and I get off.
Yeah, but you have that kind of thing there. You know, if you're sitting in the bar, I mean, there's a certain edge about you that you're not going to get...
You trying to say I like a drink or something?
Would I? You know what I mean? You sit in the bar, and if you weren't who you are and so well known, I mean, would you be the kind of guy that people would naturally gravitate towards and say, hey, mate? Or would you be the kind of guy that people say, oh, leave him alone?
Both.
Depends on who it is, I suppose.
Yeah.
You're still passionate, obviously, about music. You're passionate about your family. You're still passionate about football?
Yeah, love it.
Man City?
Don't get to see him as much as I'd like to, but...
Did you get to see the derby the other week?
I see it on TV, yeah, because you go and, you know, you can't really watch it because you're either getting hurled abuse at or someone's mithering, you know what I mean? So you might as well watch it at home, but I like to watch it.
Yeah. You must be pleased with Man City then?
I am pleased.
What's it? I mean, it was, what was it, 2-0 the first time?
3-1.
3-1. There was a deficit of 2, and then one all the last time.
It was a draw, but we should have won, I reckon.
Yeah. I was at one of those derbies a couple of years back.
You're a United fan then, yeah?
Yeah, United fan, but what amazed me
I won't know how you feel about it, never mind how I feel.
I didn't feel good about it.
You ain't beat us since the millennium, you know that?
Yeah, well, all be different. You see, you won't have the same luck when you leave Main Road. You see, that's the reality.
I hope we have better luck, yeah.
But when I was there, it was the first time I was at a derby, and it was in Main Road, and the kind of vitriol, the poison that was pouring from one crowd of Manchester lads to another crowd of Manchester lads, it's kind of baffling.
It's great.
What's the basis for it? Why do Man City fans hate United fans so much?
Because, I don't know.
I mean, is it geography?
None of you are from England, are you? You know what I mean? A lot of United fans are not even from Manchester.
That's right, yeah, that's right. Well, there's a big Irish connection with United. And
I don't think it's because I don't know, it's to do with anything, you know. They wear the clothes wrong, you know. They tuck the shirts in, you know. Stuff, things like that, you know.
What about the Beckham incident during the last week? I mean, were you pleased by that?
He deserves it for wearing headbands like that, I think that happens, you know what I mean? I think that happens, you know. I think they've dramatised it. You know, that's what goes on. People get wound up and they throw things. I don't think he meant it.
If there was one person on the United side, though, that I think you might empathise with a bit, would be Roy Keane.
Yeah. No.
No? Even that's a bridge too many to cross.
He's a red, isn't he, you know, deep down.
Yeah.
No, I can understand now, yeah, what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad comparison if someone said you're a bit like Roy Keane.
Yeah.
He's really choking on this, you know, as a City fan. Yeah, but you don't get to go to football simply because the hassle. I mean, not just from United
Yeah.
fans, or just the hassle of being in public as a well-known...
Well, you can't watch the match, can you? You know what I mean? And that's fine, and you sign a couple of autographs, that's cool, but you never get to watch it, really. By the time you finished, it's all over. So I might as well just stay and watch it at home.
I suppose. What about you and Noel? I mean,
Yeah.
boys in a family, siblings, they row
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah.
When you have to work with a guy, you know, on tour and so on, 24 hours a day, how bad does it get? Because you'll say things to a brother that you'd never say to a stranger.
Yeah.
So,
We get on all right, you know.
yeah, but do you,
You know, we're not in love, you know.
I know, but do you give him a hard time? Does he give you a hard
Yeah,
time?
of course, yeah. We all give each other hard times, but that's, you know, you know, we get on great.
When you started out some 11 years ago, when, you know, things started happening for you, did you ever think it would last this long?
No, not at all.
And how long do you think it'll last? I mean, we look at
reckon
our venerable rocker, Bono, and he's still on the go.
Yeah, well, this is it. That's someone to look at, you know what I mean? Never throw in the towel. Well, there's more music to be wrote, and we'll write it because we want to write it.
Well,
Whether it's any good or not, will be different.
you keep doing it, and we keep buying it as long as it's good enough. That's the deal.
Yeah, as long as you like it, you know, buy it. If you like it, if you don't like it, don't buy it.
All right. Well, look, thanks a million for dropping over.
Nice one. It's a pleasure.
Thanks a million, Liam
Take
Gallagher
care.
of Oasis. Just stay there for a second, because at the end of part one, we'll see you in a couple of minutes' time. Okay, that's cool now. Thank you very much.